Hello, hello to all amazing people, and let's win it some more. Welcome to the final episode of my Red Path run here. You can find the full playlist in the comment description below the video, but if you watched the last episode, you know that I'm pretty much at the brink of victory here, which is insane considering how much I was struggling. I'll be able to win here with 2, 2, 2, and 1 terraforming ratios, and this will be important for my future runs, so I can gauge how much support from terraforming I really need. So it seems like hitting 2 is good enough on everything. You don't need to go up to 3 unless you're expecting a really long game like 70, 80, 90 turns, which I never did before, which is like a super unknown territory for me, but I kind of want to do that one day. So yeah, this game, a really nice game about terraforming Mars, by the way. I fully recommend it, and yeah, let's go and mine it out. So the current situation is I need like to mine 9 of each resource to win, and it might seem like, hey, you still need a lot, like 3 and 6 9 and 3 12 and 4 16, right? But I already did the prep. So basically I have the touchdown 0 here with 9 points of expansions, which I got from the Ingenuity Center. Basically the Robot Ingenuity Center enabled me to win like maybe 5, 6 or even 7 turns sooner than I usually would. So by like snaking down here, all the way down into this. So this does give me like huge amounts of negative support, by the way. But it doesn't really matter because you only really need to win. And then if I grab these resources, then all of a sudden I only need what? 1 water, 3 of these. Okay, I can grab 1 of these here. Where is it? Here. Okay. Like that. So I need 2 nitrates now, 3 crystals, and 1 water. Water I can grab from here. Let's find a city. Okay, really close. Like I almost have it. So next turn I can do it. Yeah. So let's see. Go to Thomas Expedition. Let's find a city which has 2 population. Like this one here has 2 population. If I put a 3rd population here, I will be able to get nitrates with composting facility. So now I need only 1, and this is Jaggerstad. Okay. Well, I guess I can grab this water from Jaggerstad, so that's pretty good. I didn't even plan this out, but hey, here we go. So now I need 3 silicates. Okay, there's a large silicate deposit there. You might be like, what in the world am I watching here? Well, it is what it is. Now what I just did will give me a whole bunch of negative support. And yeah, I could undo it, let 1 more turn pass, so I have all the resources, so I can actually win, but I'm not gonna do it this time. You suffered enough last episode. Last episode looked like, hey, we're just about to win, please make it a little bit longer and win. But I was like, hey, this is gonna drag out, and usually I do like this really long, like, talk about what my future plan is and all that, so it would be way too long a video. This doesn't matter. Let's see, desalination facility. Actually, I could have used that to grab water. Okay. What is this? Mines that produce titanium owned by the city produce +1 extra titanium. Oh, dude, I could have done this so much better, but this is super expensive though, so it's probably not worthwhile. Okay, yeah, I just don't care. Just sell it for support. Okay, and now I can get 3 silicates here. I mean 2. I can get 1 more here. I'm gonna destroy this Spreader, build a mine. There we go. Wait, actually, I just needed one more. Oh, no, I'm at the threshold. Okay, never mind. Well, I don't need this one then. And then, let's see. Actually, these bonuses helped a lot. Like, just turned out to be that the leaders that I chose gave me like permanent bonuses. It helped with mining tritium, titanium, and silicates, and this really sped up the game. Okay. Right. So I need to figure out. I can grab this. Yeah. Let's do that. Do you have a satellite or something? Yeah, I do. Okay, grab that. Good. Let's actually go and explore the Elysium. Oh, look at Elysium. No wonder it's called Elysium. This is like a really nice place. Look at the parameters. Whoa. This is like a paradise, a bird of paradise place, right? Yeah, cha-ching. Okay. Doesn't really matter what I do here. I just need a little bit more energy, and that's it. But I'm gonna give my rovers one final spin here. They have been working super hard in making sure we don't lose by giving us lots and lots of support. I ended up this game with 66 water. Didn't really plan it. I was building lots of space projects, so I was unable to dump it. But like, it's insane how hard you snowball in this game. Let's go to our winning turn here. Spacecraft crash. One of our spacecrafts has crashed during a trade mission to... Wait, what? I have been smoking weed again. Earth doesn't exist. Our people fear that it might happen again, causing some reluctance of interplanetary travel among the Martian population. -2 support per trade with Earth for 10 turns. That's a nasty event, dude. Dude, the good thing I didn't get that earlier. That would be crazy. Now, you don't get really anything by, like... You don't get a higher score but by leaving your planet in better position or anything like that. I got super lucky. I didn't get the next expectations right, so... Yeah. It seems like I'm turbo winning here, but... soon it will start squeezing me again, and I would need the next level of terraforming to dig me out again. But the Jagraph would be able to spam out. So I'm thinking, like, what would happen if you don't win this turn, right? It wouldn't necessarily be too bad, but anyhow, let's go and win. So you're gonna need a house here to get a expansion point. Wait, why did I get 3 expansion points? This should give you 1. Oh. +2 extra expansions per combination of population and row, but... Well, that's nice to know. Okay, grab this thing. Good. And now I just need 1 more nitrate, and that is it. And I already know where to do it and how. We're gonna do a bus station here. Expand there, and grab the final one. And there we go, mission success. I'm a grandmaster at the Red Path. I won on the hardest difficulty, and I won it under 65 turns. And I actually won on turn 52, which is super fast compared to my other runs. Congratulations, the riches of Mars are ours, securing mankind's prosperity for generations to come. The Red Planet's exploitation provided us with riches beyond measure, and your clever management of Martian assets earned you a substantial personal profit. A thorough success. And even more, I set the planet up for greatness by giving them the prophet, Jagra Warman, the only true religion, the religion of star origins. We came from stars. And yeah, we click this button to end the game. We win here. Mars project success. You have succeeded. You managed to develop Martian civilization to a sustainable level, and your endeavors were met with approval by governments on Earth and the settlers on Mars alike. The burgeoning Martian society is on a good track to tackle the task of terraforming the planet in earnest. Many more challenges still remain, but thanks to you, humanity is reaching for the stars with a firm, unwavering hand. And that thing just gives you enough time to read it all. It's kind of insane. Like, it needs a click to continue button there. Advanced city planning. I love these projects which only cost like 5 science. Usually they are useful, while those which cost 25, 30, I never end up building them. So let's see. Raises the maximum amount of buildings that cities can have, dictated by population / robots by +6. This limit cannot be more than 15. This is just broken. Like, I cannot tell you how broken this is. Like, for 5 science, even if I can place 1 extra building in a city where I would usually not be, like, this would be good if it was just +1. Like, I don't know who designed this thing. Like, I would so often pay 5 science to be able to place another building, because like but yeah, by the way, I won, and now there's gonna be a lot of information about what I unlocked and all that good stuff. You can go to the next video if you like. Don't forget to like and subscribe, though. Like, I take great pride in these very competitive and successful runs, and put a lot of energy and effort into actually doing them capably. So yeah. And if you wish to stay, then I'll talk a little bit about stuff that we can unlock. I'm still pretty fresh in the game and still have plenty of unlocks to do. So, but anyhow, with advanced approaches to city layouts and infrastructure miniaturization, we can fit more buildings into our cities. So, like these science things that we sometimes get, science upgrades, main problem with them is that they cost so much that by the time I can collect enough resources to get advantage out of them, like the period to snowball is well over. So usually I don't build them because I build something that's gonna snowball me, like a lab, or like, oh well, for science, I don't know, for science, something that takes science, like space satellites, which takes 8 science or something like that. Something's gonna get me going, right? And then we're gonna see soon something more expensive, then like gonna prove my point there. But this thing's so cheap that you can squeeze it in early game. So early game, like, you're gonna be exploring nodes, even if you want to or don't want to. Sometimes you're gonna get some extra science that's gonna sit there awkwardly, not being able to be used. And very often I get like this locked cities, which I don't wanna build robots or population in because they're not next to mines. So they cap out at building count. And yeah, even in this city I was just doing, like, I had one city that could use another slot. Yeah, if this was +1 slot, it would be good. But it's +6. What? So basically, you can dump loads of buildings into cities, which you will not be able to take full advantage of, but only for 5 science. That's such a bargain. Anyway. Artificial personality. This project can only be played once. Gain 2 support per turn for every new robot you construct. This is strong. This is strong. Really good if you can push it out before you get Miriam, which we didn't get this time, but like, Miriam would, if I can push this out before Miriam starts spamming drones, that would be like +20 extra support. And it might not seem that much, but like so early in the game, +20 support per turn is just so good. So if I can get it by turn, let's say, let's say I get Miriam on turn 21, and I somehow manage to build this, and then let's say I build 10 drone hubs, which I want to do anyway. By turn 31, I will have +20 support from those robots I built. By turn 60, that's going to be 600 support accumulated. It's just a huge number. Problem is, this will not snowball you. Like, it's a nice thing you can get on the side if you cannot invest in anything else. But Yeah, I don't know. Usually I would probably prioritize a bacteria spreader, but I think I had like 2 bacteria spreaders in this game, or 3, and I didn't really need any more. I ended up selling a whole bunch of them because I realized, hey, I can afford them, but it's way too late for them to make enough of an impact, so this is good. Programming an AI-powered personality routines into our robots will make them feel more like companions than mere tools, raising the morale of our workers. Nice, nice. Surely that will not go wrong. And then we got noiseless ship engines. I already see this will suck. This project can only be played once. Gain 3 support per turn per new ocean location you expand towards. Okay, not too shabby either. So we got like, I think these are better than the ones we currently have access to. I have access to some really crappy researches. Like there's one who says, hey, every time you build a building which costs 40 or more, you get like some resources back, and there's so few buildings that cost 40 and more, and it's so hard to save up enough cash for it, so it really doesn't work out. But this, I can see this being relatively useful. Like in my last game I could have gained like 9 or 12 extra support from this for only 25 science. That's good, that's good, it's good. Nothing super great, but decent. I wonder why I got this. Was it just from level up? I think so, yeah. New content unlocked. Mohole project. 20, this sucks. I'm really sorry, this is just bad. It's just too expensive. Cost. The project can only play once per climate zone, provides +2 heat per turn, increases the climate zone temperature by 1. If placed on a resource deposit, -1 of that resource per turn. An ambitious project to drill all the way down to the bottom of the Martian crust, ready to meet the mantle. So this is the problem with this building, yeah? Once you can afford something that costs 20 power and 25 titanium, you probably don't really need +2 heat per turn anymore, yeah? It would increase the climate zone's temperature by 1, but you already have a building which doesn't cost 25 titanium, which does exactly that, so that one's better. If placed on a resource deposit, -1 of that resource per turn, also too late to make an impact. Yeah, I guess if you put this on a mining location, it doesn't cost 20 and 25, but 16 and 21 instead. But, you know, really hard to argue for this thing. Like, if you really want to get an animal up that requires more heat, and there's no other way to do it, it might be good. It might help you produce lots of support. But by the point you can build this thing, you probably already won or lost, and most buildings would somehow, some way help you win anyway. And that's that. Just way too expensive to be excited about. But who knows? It's okay. I mean, it's not shit. It's like, it's just bad. D tier. I don't know. Like, compare this to something like, I don't know, 11 electricity, 11 water gives you like 24 support if built in a city which is super far away. Support is what you need late game, not temperature, heat, and resources. Archaeology Center, 20 science, 15 power, increases the output of adjacent mines by 1. Huh. Look, that would actually be very useful in the game I just did. Such a shame we unlocked it after that, but that's fine. It wasn't really that hard anyway. Yeah. This is super expensive. A regional geology study center for better minerals access. I think this is only really good in a red path run. If you don't have enough resource of some kind, and it's really hard to find more, and you just need that 1 extra nitrates to win, and there is no nitrates anywhere close, and then you're like, hey, just place this next to a nitrates mine, boom, I win. But I just did the red path, and I'm not doing it again because I want to terraform the place, not mine it out. Let's mine it out some more. Anyway, controlled nuclear meltdown. 18 tritium. This project can only be played once per climate zone. Must be built on a plant location. Provides +1 heat per turn. Increases the climate zone temperature by 1. increases the climate zone radiation by 1. A very effective way of producing heat, but no matter how careful it is applied, some radiation will be left behind. This building is very powerful. The reason why it's very powerful is it achieves the same thing that you usually need for this thing, like increases the climate zone temperature by 1, because I already explained the heat increase per turn, not as important, and +1 resource is not as important. And look at the cost, how much cheaper this is. And energy and titanium are both heavily required resources throughout the whole game for like mines, robots, and usually you're gonna end up with loads of tritium, which you will not be able to use, and then bam, something like this gets along, and you're like, hey, I can place this down and get my horses or birds of paradise, or whatever needs heat. It's really good. And main reason why this is good is the type of resource it uses. And the quantity is also not super bad. And it's also 1 resource. There's 2. This is 45. This is only 18. The climate zone radiation increased by 1 will make every population in that climate zone give you -1 support. But population sucks. You're not going to build a lot of it. It's super unbalanced. This game, you really want to build robots. I guess you can do like... If you go like super long builds, like you're gonna go for like 60, 70, 80 turns, then I could see population being really good. Because like at some point your food production becomes absurd and you can start dishing out population like crazy. And with all the terraforming being done, every population you place down all of a sudden gives you a whole bunch of support and things get out of hand. Then yeah, the population would be good. But even then, like... -1 support for each population, you wouldn't really feel it. Amazing building. A tier, maybe even S tier. Yep. New leaders. This is really bad news. Another leader we can get instead of Mariam. Yay. This game gets harder, but I just won without Mariam, so I don't care. Do I care? First, we got Young Hak Kun. Jung? Could be Korean, could be Chinese. Mr. Jeong Hak Kun. Research. Explore locations, just standard tier 1 hero stuff. They all have the same ability. Then we got Field Research. Produces 5 science. I don't think this is good. I really think science is one of the weakest resources in the game, and especially early game, it's not gonna help you get more mines up, it's not gonna help you with more food production up, it's not gonna help you with building a city faster. So yeah, I think this is crap. I think this is really bad. So his last ability better be good, otherwise I'm gonna hate myself every time I get him offered on turn 1. Eureka! Research all projects suggested this turn. Eureka. This might sometimes be good. Yeah. Sometimes you get like, at the start of the game, you can only research 1 project, so he's gonna let you grab 2 more. And sometimes there are 2 good projects that you want both, but you cannot get them. And in that case, this might be good. Okay, this is solid. This is solid. I still think you cannot spam this out. So what, you're just going to use him for Explore. That's also fine. But I have my favorite tier 1 champion, hero. Champion. This is nowhere near. Take a wild guess why I call leaders here champions. What was I watching on YouTube? Okay, and then we got scientific advancement. 1 extra technology is added to each option every time they are proposed. 1 extra technology is added to each option every time they are proposed. Okay, that's nice. There's a lot of crappy technologies, but some are really good. This would really increase the chance of getting something good. Okay, this is one of the best passives I saw in a while. Passives are usually like, It's like, hey, every 3 nitrates you get production of, you get another one. Yeah, nice, I guess, but it's gonna take a while to do anything. As soon as the first research thing pops out, like, you get an extra research, and you also get like to pick 2 out of 6 instead of 1 out of 3, which is huge because the pool is big. You might get one of those juicy, like last the run I just did, like the robots, we had like robots manufacturer whatever, which gives you free energy, like gives you 1 energy and 1 titanium for every robot produced. And I did quite a few robots, so that added up and only costed 5 science. I think it's probably my favorite thing, so this would allow me to get that way more easily and comfortably. So okay, I wouldn't hate seeing him on turn 1. Definitely better than the one we had last run, Anti or whatever his name was. He's just way too clunky to be useful, sadly. Although in tier he was perfect for the red path, but nah. Then we got the tier 2 hero. Leader. Well, in some way they are our heroes, aren't they? Without leaders we would not be able to do this. Explore location, gain 10 support. Exploration documentary. Oh, you are a journalist, okay. Oh yeah, Yolanda Madiba. Another Nigerian? Construct Dome City Garden for free. What? Are you kidding me right now? Am I crazy or is this like turbo OP? Okay, I have to check, but I think Dome City Gardens are just very expensive and powerful. Unity of the land. Select a city. Reduce the negative support from land expansion distance by 1. Can be done once per city. This is not insanely powerful, but it can add up. But I don't think with this we would ever use this. Because, like, this will always give me way more support, no? Okay, I'll have to check this building. Tourism Development Initiative. Reduces the cost of landmark upgrades that provide support per turn or comfort of living by 50%. Remains active for the entirety of the game, even after the leader has retired. Yeah, I generally don't build these, so this is kind of useless. But this alone makes it worthwhile, I think. Dude, this might push out Miriam. Like, really? Probably not still, but... I need to check. Maybe I misremember it. And then we got Mr. This is a Russian guy or something in the area. So his name is actually Tsvetan, I think. That's how you read that. Tsvetan Ivanov. I'm pretty sure I'm in the same language group, but I'm so far away from it, all the way to the west. Is my country... My country is like one of the most vast Slavic countries out there. Slavic language groups. There is one which is a little bit more west, but that's it. So yeah. But still, I think it's Svetan here. Okay, Mr. Ivanov. That might be easier way to call him, just in case I'm wrong. Explore location, gain 25 support. Hey, it's the same ability, but it's tier 3, so it's more powerful. Here you can see how they balance the abilities, right? This one gives 10 support, this one gives 25, and the tier 1 doesn't give anything. So the tier 3 ability has to be like way stronger for it to work. What is this? Nature documentary. Chooses a climate zone. Gain support equal... Oh, I can already see this sucks. Equal to twice the total prestige of all life forms in that climate zone. Can only be done once per climate zone. Yeah, that sucks. It's super late game. I don't like late game. By late game, you already won or lost. That's so bad. Construct Marley Wood Studio for free. Now, that might be good. I have no idea what Marley Wood Studio is, but I bet it gives support. So the difference between these two is this one gives you support once, and this one probably gives you support per turn. This one adds up, this one doesn't. It's a huge difference in value. Gain 2 support, big city talents. Gain 2 support per turn when placing a population in a city that already has 5 or more population. Remains active. Yeah, that's pretty bad. This might be good though. Like 1 strong ability is enough to make the leader work, by the way. You don't need to have 3 strong abilities. If 2 are crap and 1 is really strong, it's a really good leader. Like, what makes a good ability? Well, if it's free, if it's spammable, and it has a big impact. So, Gene Vault. Okay, first of all, this is super cheap, so I'm already this might be good, right? Oh, it lets you bioengineer your animals. Lifeform spreader buildings owned by the city spread lifeforms. No. This vault, this vault of genetic material allows the city to spread lifeforms faster into the surrounding areas. This is really good building. This is a really good building. I like it. I would build it in a heartbeat. Okay. Even if it affects only one spreader, it like does a big impact. It basically gives you like, by speeding up a spreader by 33%, it increases the number of your spreaders by 33%, right? So it's basically 1/3 of a spreader. And spreaders like 30 water, so considering science is much cheaper, like much less useful resource than water is. Yeah, it's really good. And if you can hit 2 animal spreaders, then you are golden. Okay, yeah, really, really aggressively costed building. That's super good, but not for early game. I hope it only shows up late. So, Man-Machine Cooperative Academy. This project only once per city. +1 science per turn per combination of 1 population and 1 robot in this city. A little bit pricey. Also, it has a problem that it requires population and robot combinations, and usually my population does not like keep up with robots. So I'm gonna say this is not that great. Humans and intelligent robots work together in this academy, contributing a great amount of research through mutual experimentation understanding. However, it might be useful in rounds where you need to like get a whole bunch of science, and there is a run type for this, so this might be good there. Still though, very pricey, so I'm not sure about that. Martian Sailing School, 20 science, 20 power. Produces +1 science per turn. +3 support per turn for each ocean location owned by the city. Sailing the newly formed ocean of Mars is a relaxing activity for the whole family. I think this is a bit too priced. Like, you can't really expect a city to have 3, maybe 4 ocean tiles. That's +12. And if you compare this to the other support buildings which give similar amount of support for the same price, this one's nowhere near. Like, I'm comparing this to the one which costed 11 electricity and 11 water and gave me 24 in the end. Requirement for that is much easier to reach also. Like, usually you're gonna push out one exploration chain with the satellites just to get into as many regions as you can, looking for good ones for your animals and plants and stuff. And this one just can't compete. And +1 science per turn is crap, so it barely influences it. Like, this is a lot of extra cost on top of the effect we already have. Yeah, it's crap. Sorry. New content unlocked. I see a 60 cost building. I'm like, this better be good, right? Okay, Botany and Forestry Center, 5 water, 15 nitrates. Increases the climate zone oxygen by 1. This is a really good building. Produces oxygen equal to the oxygen produced by the plant in this climate zone. Produces atmosphere equal to the atmosphere produced by the plant in this zone. So this building, if it only raised the oxygen by 1, would already be usable, because sometimes you need to raise oxygen by 1. This is what I really lacked. In my last run, I couldn't get my animals out because I lacked oxygen. If I had this thing, I could get my animals out so much sooner. I would earn like 100, 200 extra support by the time I would win. And then on top of that, it also has another bonus. Like, if you couple this with a plant, it's like also like serves as an extra plant. Really good. Top tier. S tier. Through careful management and care for the plants in this region, we can ensure a thriving habitat for life and increase local oxygen production. Yep, really good. Team Park, 40 power and 20 titanium. Provides +20 support per turn. Okay. +5 support per turn per oxygen level above 0 in this climate zone. This is way too expensive for what it does. Like 40 power... Like, no way, right? We already have buildings which can give 20 support for way less. This is crap. F tier. A large park providing entertainment for Martians of all ages. The excitement of riding a roller coaster in low gravity is unmatched. Yeah, I'm sorry. It would have to be pretty dire that I built this building. Psst. If this was 40 power, I would say it's pretty bad. And 20 titanium on top of it? Dude. Worm farm. Oh, how exciting. 8 water, but sounds gruesome, right? Minimum requirements, 1 oxygen and 1 rainfall. This project can only be played once per climate zone. Produces +1 nitrates per turn. Plants are spread 25% faster in this climate zone. These little critters enrich the soil with nutrients, increasing its fertility and making it easier for plants to spread. S tier. Why? Well, it's because it's super cheap and that's something useful. So, if you have lots of water and don't know what to do with it, you get this building, you're like, yay, free stuff, free real estate. It's pretty nice. Like, if it's cheap, it's great. That's how it works, right? Because you don't have to save up for it for a long time. Like, the opportunity cost in this game is so harsh. Like, I had one game where I started with a really good space project, which gives you 2 trade routes and then something else as well. And then I started investing in it. And then I realized, like, I'm going to invest in it for like 10 or 15 turns and I'm in the mid game and then it kicks in and it just didn't kick in fast enough for it to be useful. That's why expensive stuff's not good. And if you have something that costs 8, and this is a late game building, which it requires 1 oxygen and 1 rainfall. I mean, of course, this would be super bad if it showed up at the start of the game, but that's not going to happen, right? Like, this will start showing up after turn 30 or 40, right? When the game's like, hey, you should have 1 oxygen and 1 rainfall by now. So, yeah. It's not going to win you any games, though. Like, this is a sort of building you build if you're going for a long run. For that, let's make a paradise kind of thing, which I'm going to do eventually, so. It would help out with the red pass victory condition that I was doing right now. Like, getting this thing would be so much cheaper way to get 1 nitrates than how I did it. I was rich, so it wasn't a problem, but in a squeeze, having a couple of those would be super nice, especially since I had 60 water, so. Stonemason. 2 science, 2 power. It's probably good, right? With a price like that. This project can only be played once per city. Must be built in a city. +1 support per turn for per 2 rocks in the city. Martian rocks can be shaped into decorative statues or used as a reconstruction material. In the right hands, they are more than just rubble to be removed. This is SS tier, the best building in the game by far. Okay, I'm joking a little bit, but like, it's just doesn't cost almost anything and it gives you support and you can build it super early. The first lava tube city you get, you're gonna have like 10 rocks in there or something crazy like that, right? This will give you 2 support for 2 science and 2 power. Like, it's gonna add up to like 100 support by the time you're done with the game for like almost no sacrifice. Well, maybe it's not SS, maybe it's like S or A because support's weak, but like, this is the example of why cheap buildings are really good, right? Well, I'm still under influence of like how I struggle with the support mid-game. So when I see something like this, I don't know. I think it's strong. 2 science is like really cheap. 2 power hurts a little bit, that's true though. Maybe it's not as good as it seems. Like, I would probably not pick it over some like other buildings, but those would also be like SS or SSS tier. Like for example, a robot hub. I think robot hub is SSS tier. Let's just get that out of the way. Robot hub is the best building in the game. Like if you could choose, hey, if you could get one building, well, actually, rover. So like, I think the rover hub is the strongest building in the game. Probably followed by the robot hub. Yeah. Okay. And satellites are out there as well. Problem with satellites is that you need trade routes to make them work. So, rover optimization center. Once per city. Every rover exploration center owned by the city recharges 1 turn faster. S tier, SS tier, I don't know, S tier plus. By optimizing the engines of our rovers and investing effort into proper maintenance, we can ensure they're always ready to service. This is insane value. insane. This solves the problem that I had with my rowers being further and further away from their targets. And Jesse, like, what in the world? Like, you probably have this unlocked. Like, and you still didn't like the rowers? This makes them just broken. So, because early game, they're gonna be good enough. They're gonna be like, explore this for 2, explore this for 3, explore this for 4. And then it goes like up to 5 and 6. And then you're like, is this even worth it anymore? Should I replace it with another building, right? But this just shaves off 1 turn. So even if you have only 1 city, like, this would speed it up so much. And I think I actually had 3 cities in the region where I had my rowers. 2 rowers, actually. Oh, this is crazy. Like, of course, if it wasn't that cheap, it wouldn't be good. But it's cheap, so. This pays itself off so fast. After 3 or 4 explorations, it's already paid itself off on 1 thing. So it's pretty good. It's like up there with like a mine, which you need like very specific circumstances to build. Hard conditions research lab. 7 power 7 silicates. Produces 1 science per turn for every 2 climate zones that the city has expanded into. The city's initial climate zone counts as well. Okay, this is just some crazy shenanigans. Like, I totally forgot that you can move cities around. And that's my bad. I should definitely look into that. So basically, if you move a city, like, from one climate zone to another and then another time... How does that even work, moving cities around? Like, you probably need to move it from one location, which is good for a city, to another location, which is good for a city. I don't know. I don't think it works, but I have like no experience with it. Life on Mars is hard. In some places, it's harder than in others. Observing our citizens living under adverse conditions will help us learn more about survival in outer space. It's like a really cool thing. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do all of this in last episode. It would be a 2-hour video. I enjoyed this so much, by the way, looking at these new upgrades and thinking about how I would use them and if they would be any good. Max level reached for now. More content will come in future updates. Really? So I unlocked everything? Okay. It is said that Rome was not built in a day, but Mars certainly was. The Martian colony was established in record time, far surpassing our expectations. An impressive achievement. Well, thank you. I do try. Let's continue terraforming. Do you want to continue your current game? Your scores and achievements are saved and will not be impacted by continuing. I'm gonna choose survival mode. Expectations keep rising. Like, once I'm done with all the missions, I might pick up one of these. Like, it might be nice to grab the planets which I didn't terraform fully and finish the job, you know? This one's a bit problematic, though, because of this. But I can probably fix it by, like, I don't know, grabbing some more cities and take these away. It's not even that much, is it? 5... 9, 13, 12, 14, 15 negative support per turn. It's a lot. Okay. Alright. And let's go to the Marcyclopedia. So do we have all the leaders now then? We actually do. That's it. We have everything unlocked. Okay. So I have 4, 8, 11 leaders, and we see 4 of them. Maybe we don't see her though, because we found her on the planet surface. So out of 10 leaders, we see 4. That's like 40% chance to see Mariam. It's so much better to see her on the first offer, but loud music intensifies. Okay, let's see what domed city garden is. Oh no, I'm still lacking some stuff. Maybe level 35 is max level then? One more game to unlock everything. There's a lot of stuff I don't have yet. No, I don't think that's it. I think we unlock those in some other ways. Yes, game, I know you're proud of me, but the loud music, oh my gosh. Okay, let's find the Dome City thing. Yeah, I don't know how to unlock these other things. Oh, I know. Maybe unlock them by winning. No. Would that make sense? That you unlock things by winning the highest mastery level? No way, right? That's a bit too harsh. Yeah, I have no idea how to unlock them. Maybe they're unlocked. I just didn't play enough for them to show up. Okay, where's the Dome City crater thing? There we go. Dome City Garden. That's the one, right? It costs only 6 voters, so maybe it's not as good as I thought. Okay, no, I was thinking a different project. Okay, that's nowhere near as busted as I was thinking it is. Adjacent population provides +2 support per turn, +3 support per turn if adjacent to at least one other Dome City Garden. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. That's nowhere near as good as robots. I was thinking it was something else. So that explains it. I was like, hey, that's busted. Well, turns out it's not. So I was confusing it with... Let's see. With this. Yeah, I thought it was a domed park. You can see why I was like, hey, that's broken, right? Although... +4 support per turn. Adjacent population provides +4 support per turn. And these things like +3 support per turn if adjacent to at least one other Dome City Garden. So basically you need to build these in clusters, and if you do so, they can produce a lot of support. Yeah, I don't know. She might be competitive with this. Oh, we can also see what the Marleywood studio is. Adjacent population provides +2 support per turn. +3 support for every planet location upgrade providing support or comfort of living in owned by the city. Ooh. Only once per city though. Yeah, I don't think it's that good. We got some crappy leaders. The game just became harder. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo indeed. Beach club. We also got some good stuff. Like this is decent. This is busted, dude. Like, so good. A police station. So let's say I build like 5 of this in a city. Well, if we build at least 2, each one will give +3 support, right? So I think the idea is to like have a population and then have next to this population have 2 Dome City Gardens, right? In that case, each Dome City Garden would produce 5 support per turn. And I think 5 support per turn from a leader ability is really good, right? Yeah, that's super good. So let's compare it with this, right? Spend 10 water to gain +125 support. So let's say you get this leader on turn 31, which is the latest you can get a tier 2 leader. You still have like 30 turns to go. So the domes you build on turn 30 would give you like 150 support total. And then those you build on turn 40 would give you 100. Yeah. So basically you're getting this effect delayed, but without having to pay water for it. I was considering to build some cultural festivals, right? But since it required water, I didn't. So this is as good as cultural festivals, more or less. It's a little bit harder to set up, but not that much harder. You need like city slots, which usually I have an excess of. This just works well because like, yeah. So Yolanda's better than Hope, I think. Definitely better than Hope. This is bad though. This is kind of good. I think she's a stronger support character. So I think we just got a better Hope. So if I see Hope and her, I take her and we build these, right? And since I was on edge, if I should build these or not, if I should do these or not, then this would be it, right? A little bit of a problem is, though, that I'm counting to play for 60 turns, although I usually win somewhere between 50 and 55. So, like, these would kick in not fast enough, but they would give me a way smoother curve and better idea of what I can expect. While this, we just dump a whole bunch of resources in and hope it's enough. This gives you like a more stable experience. Like, it takes longer to give the same effect, but after that it just keeps on giving. So yeah, this is more like a long-term play. I like it more. I like long-term plays over like singular dumps. This one's so bad also. We had Jaeger this time. She helped a lot. In the end, I don't think it mattered that much. But like some stronger plans that I was able to put down kind of did make the difference. And if I did struggle, like the ability to place down Birds of Paradise sooner with this would also be nice. You saw how much I got from it, right? So if I needed like 10 more turns to win, it would make a difference. This one's not too bad. Like, very often in mid-game, I end up just exploring, though. Like, I explored with her quite a bit. I would probably explored a lot with Hope as well. So, if you're already exploring, then getting some extra resources is really good. This one's crap, and this one's crap. So, yeah, she's just an explorer, but a decent one at that. Yeah. Then Mariam's just busted. The drone hub, like... I think the robot hub is one of the best buildings in the game. And this is basically half of a robot hub for free. You get 3 drone hubs, 10 drone hubs out. You have 10 free expansion slots. That's so much value. Like, how much value is one robot anyway? Something sick, right? It's like 3 power and 3 titanium. If you ignore the city slots, that is. But that's fine, you can mostly ignore it. 3 power and 3 titanium. Yeah, that's 6 really important resources. Plus a card, right? You actually have to grab this instead of something else. So it's not just 3 power and 3 titanium that you're getting from her ability. You also get a free card, so it's also this effect as well. You can research 1 extra project every turn. So every time you build with her a drone hub, you research the drone hub and build it. And if you have the advanced robotics, then you're just in a really good shape. Improved robotics. Gain 1 power and 1 titanium when constructing a robot. If you have this with Mariam, then just delicious. Okay, there's quite a few of these now. Some of them are really crappy. But we got a really good new one here. That's so good. Which one do I choose between these two? Still improved robotics, sadly, but... This might be good if you do a science run. Let's see what else do we have here. I mean, this is... I don't dislike Henry Carnegie. I think he's good. I think the extra support you lose here makes up for it by the fact that you just terraform way faster. And then Aisha has this ability, which just gives you +7 resources. It's not good as Miriam's ability, but it's still pretty good, especially since you usually need titanium more than silicates mid-game. What is a power breeding center? And why is there not a search box I can write? Like, really? I'm gonna need to look for it. It's probably gonna be in the rare ones. There we go. Actually, all the specifics are here. Dome, City Garden, Local Art Gallery, Police Station. These are all buildings which are made by leaders. So that's why I knew where it's gonna be. +1 support per turn. Adjacent population provides +2 support per turn. Cold temperatures do not negate. Okay. It's not really strong, but it's fine, I guess. You can build a couple. I don't like it. Linked nitrogen factory for free. Now that might be good. And of course this one's not gonna be here because it's not unique to him, so... Oh, wait. No. Nitrous gas factory linked. Yeah, I don't know where that would be. Maybe I already scrolled over it. They could improve, like... Would really be like a common thing? Some of the best buildings in the game are common. That's why this game is actually playable. Otherwise it would be a mess. Oh, these were uncommon ones, okay. I think I've missed it. Yeah, this game needs a search button. Here. Maybe they just didn't think people would like look at this so much. They're like, hey, let's add it because it's cool, but... yeah, I just don't see it. Linked nitrogen factory. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. It's a regional building. +1 atmosphere per turn. Plus +1 atmosphere per neighboring linked nitrogen factory. Oh, this is... This is actually good. I think... If you have enough spots, that's the problem. You need spots for it. Something like Miriam into him would be insane. She'll be able to give you a lot of expansion points and he's gonna be like, hey, atmosphere, let's go. But is that a bit too slow? I don't know. Probably better to do mines still. This is bad. Embassy, I'm not gonna look what embassy is. She's really good, right? 7 food. This is really good. This ability is really strong. Generate 7 power. Probably one of the best spammable abilities, but I think we need to find her on the planet. Mine 7 without resource with a bonus of +1 for large deposits and +2 for gigantic deposits. Okay, that's this, right? Yeah, but earlier. That's also really good. These are really good. You just take what you need. Like, she's just like, hey, I'm gonna give you what you need. Need science? Hey, need food? But these two are weaker than these two just because you don't need these as much. But yeah, she's just really strong. And my favorite tier 1 hero. Where is she? Wait, what? Am I crazy? Is it Pekai? Yeah, it's Pekai. Okay. I don't know, for some reason. I guess I was looking for something more that looks like on Mariam, but it's Pekai. This is really good. 1 water, titanium, tritium, nitrates, and silicates. You can get so much extra resources to get things going. And this isn't even that bad. Like, this gives you, like, over the course of 50 turns, this is like 100 support for free. It's like better than this. Inter-dialogue center. Like, yeah, this gives you 2 support per turn. Like, 1 from comfort of living. If you have 1 population, it gets better if you have more. And then +1. Takes up a city slot, but +2 support per turn. On turn 1, you can place it down in 50 turns. 100 support, there you go. Pekai is really good. Let's hope for a Pekai start. I think Pekai start is the strongest start, really. Just because of this ability and this. It's just so good. Thomas is usable. I liked playing with him. Anti, in theory, this is really strong. In practice, doesn't work. This is also, in theory, really good. In practice, doesn't work because science is not something you need early on. So, yeah. We had her, like, she produced a lot of support. Right, enough of that. So what I'm gonna play next, I don't know. So we have, so 1, 2, 3. So I won 3 of the 7 scenarios. I think the red planet awaits. We go to Mars because it's the next logical step for the future of humanity. I think this is the easiest one to build to win hardest difficulty. I don't know how much is 1000 points, but usually I do a little bit of everything. So I think I would easily be able to do this. So I think most likely I do the red planet awaits. And then these 2 I think are the hardest one. Perasperad Astra, earn 300 space points and spend 900 science and explore 90 locations. This is just brutal. This will be nasty. I don't think I can do this in under 65 turns. It's just way too tight. This one maybe, depending on what I get. If I get like the Space Hotels late, it just might be doable. Depending if your passive counts or not. And if it doesn't count, then boo-hoo. The green path is probably very similar to the blue path, which I already did. Actually, it's probably easier, right? Because this one is so annoying because it requires 13% extra for terraforming. And here, just do the same thing, just terraforming a little bit easier. Then just put a couple of really good animals down and you get 140 easily, right? Maybe I should be doing weekly challenges. What is this week's challenge? Spread life 100. Like, do I need to complete it in this amount of time, or do I just need to start it in this amount of time? Environment disastrous. This represents how frequent damage events like sandstorms and Marsquakes will happen, as well as how strong they will be, raising the difficulty. I didn't know this is a thing. Okay, I think this is the week's challenge thing. So 140 prestige. This is like this actually. A bit easier. But with a silly thing breathing down your neck. You get more technologies. Littered beaches. Each owned to coastal location provides -1 support per turn. I don't care about that. Hazardous radiation. The radiation starts 1 level higher globally. This is probably bad though. It's like bad. I don't know. I don't find it interesting enough. And like, I'd rather just play normal one. Maybe I start it and save it. Just to have it if I want to do it at some point. But I don't know if we would be able to do it. So yeah. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to wait and see and watch the next one to find out. But yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I wish you all to have a wonderful day. Do some nice things. Be kind to each other. And let's make the world a better place together. Thank you for watching. And see you in the next episode of Terraformers, where we're gonna terraform some more. TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.